Hey there, Rangeland fans. So this one is a transect and it's a lot of fun. What we're gonna do is lay a tape down on the ground, and we've just selected, I've laid out between two flags here. These are very easy. These are those landscaping flags that you can find anywhere. They're about 10 cents each, and you can lay this down from the flag location all the way over to another flag location. The idea here is to be able to pick up about the same transect from year to year so you can see what's happened to species over time. This actually gets really fascinating. So first I'll lay this out and then I'll show you how we do this so that we can identify what mix of species there are. Now, one thing about these transects that can be a little bit daunting is not knowing all the species that you're going to encounter. And I want to tell you that when I've started this project and other research projects, sometimes that's the biggest. You can do it, is what I would say. And I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you don't know what a species is, take a few good photos of it, label it as an unknown species A or something like that, and then just move on. So for this one, I am going to lay this out for this particular protocol. I'm just laying out to 50 feet. Now, I'm going to go all the way down this transect and at a pre-designated interval. In this case, just every 5 feet or so, I'll be doing measurements or counting where each of these species are. I'll show you how to do that with a close-up in a second. So anyway, to recap, we've laid this thing out and now we're going to identify what the different species of grasses, forbs, legumes, and whatever else we encounter along the way. This should be a lot of fun. Let's lay down and get dirty. Okay, here is the real close-up of how we do this. So what I'm taking is a pin and I'm going at every location I've designated along the transect, and I'm going to just stick the pin in the ground right at that location. There's no need to be too precise about it, but what you're going to do is stick it in and then look at everything that is living that has touched that pin. And you inventory it and you write it down. In this case, I can see that it's touching only one living piece of western wheatgrass. So I would write that down. Now, when you go down the transect, you're going to stick the pin in, and sometimes it'll touch several along the way. That's good. Just write down how many of each species that you see touching the pin. Don't get worried about missing, that one that you see an inch away or something like that. You have to, that's why we do the transect and we use the pin, is to keep our eyes focused on just this area. The point isn't to get every species. That's what you can do that with a separate, just sort of walkabout species inventory. This is about understanding the relative mix between these species along this transect. And it's a lot of fun, but it takes a bit of time, and so I'm just going to get started.